The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks, go.
Okay, what's the best remedy for not having vitamin Z? I think it may be vitamin D. What? Replacing Big Z with Big D? Do we need more Big D in it? What? Anyways, Locked On Canucks.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
People, we doing this, and that's talking about your Vancouver Canucks at 3:21 on a early August Thursday. That is something else, man. Committed. Kyle Bound, Trevor Beggs, Locked On Canucks, live at the Don't Dose Art Lab. And man, oh man, a lot of things going through my mind. So many things. It's 4:20 somewhere. And man, oh man, once again, what did I just do? I just peeped a 40-minute conversation with somebody who I thought, somebody who I was convinced was what? The 6th or 7th defenseman for your Vancouver Canucks. Yes, I spent 40 minutes on this summer Thursday doing that. Vincent Desharnais on the Jason Gregor Show. Some Oilers radio. I'll put the link to the interview in the bio below. Do yourself a favor and listen to it, because man, oh man, I am convinced that the Canucks may have just gotten one of the coolest guys in hockey, who happens to also be, a defender. And I'm not just talking about the defense. We saw what happened to Quinn Hughes. We knew we were going to lose Zadorov at one point. They needed a guy like this. Speaking of a guy like this, I got to start this conversation talking about how good of a guy this guy is, and how grateful and graceful this guy is, how Deepak Chopra he is. Vincent Desharnais, that guy. A loving soul too. You could just tell when he was talking about the charity work that he was doing, how connected he was to the message, the purpose. And that's to, be a good human being. Again, link in the bio. Just listen to it and you'll know he's that guy. Let's move on to the hockey though, okay? This was another interesting note. A powerful one. One that made a lot of sense. Again, this guy listens to a lot of Deepak Chopra. He's self-aware. He journals. And he understands that the last 3 defensive coaches that he would be having in the NHL, right, would be who? Paul Coffey, Adam Foote, and Sergei Gonchar. That's something else. That's a lot of Hall of Fame talent. That's a lot of education. And for a guy that seems really aware, the learning could actually happen. And speaking of the learning, this guy's what, a 7th round pick who waited a long time to get his crack. You best believe this guy's done a lot of learning. On that note, this guy was on a team that went to Game 7 of a Stanley Cup final, right? The Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Losers. What? Again, that team. It's hard for me to say that we may benefit from that run, right? Because I know it involved the assassination of us in Game 7 of Round 2. But man, oh man, Vinny D played on that team. Vinny D went through a run. The same team that came back from a 3-0 deficit in the Stanley Cup final, kind of. He was a part of that team. He's learned something. That's an experience. And he's bringing it here, and fully aware that the rivalry and the choice he made to switch sides has a lot of power. This guy seems like he, has a lot of pride. And here's an opportunity to become a quote-unquote main character in this rivalry, and more notably for your Vancouver Canucks. Main character vibes. Let's talk about the main character of your Vancouver Canucks, right? The captain, Quinn Hughes, the Norris Trophy winner. Wow. Wow, that guy made history with your team, was the first to do it in blue and green. First to do it on the West Coast. First to do it at the home of the 420. Quinn Hughes plays most of the year with Philip Roenick, and now we're hearing that Quinn Hughes may be playing a lot in September with Vincent Desharnais. This is Tockett's project. This is Adam Foote's project. This is how you create depth, a lot of depth in your decor. And that's somehow, some way, in a short matter of time, transforming Vincent Desharnais. And you would think that they have somewhat of a prototype, right? Again, the whole big Z to big D thing. I'm kind of joking, but I'm not. And they're a lot different, okay, for real. Zadorov and Desharnais. The main difference is Zadorov's just better at that point in his career. The skating, the ability with the puck at times, in the playoffs, in pressure situations. He's just better at that Vincent D. But what if, yes, what if Adam Foote and Sergei Gonchar, what if they're really good teachers? Like the best of the best? And what if their new student, who again is like the other Deepak Chopra apparently, is willing to listen and be efficient in this process in what the Canucks want, right? They want the transformation of Vinny D. Again, a guy possibly playing with Quinn Hughes. Who would have thought after he signed that 2-year deal worth, in my opinion, a little too much. But man, oh man, as always, right? Kyle bound on the West Coast. Down to be proven wrong by my neighbors, okay? On the daily, prove me wrong, put the city on. And if Vincent D has that opportunity to not just prove me wrong, but play alongside Quinn Hughes, you want to talk about learning? You want to talk about adapting? There's no better way to evolve than that, and that's play with one of the best players in hockey. And Quinn Hughes, he's that guy. He's that guy. On defense. A driven individual, a humble individual, the captain of your Vancouver Canucks. If they play more than, 10 games together, I feel as if there's a 50% chance that Vincent D will transform, and he'll understand what he has to do to be effective and allow this team to be a lot more deep on defense. Man, oh man. Can't believe it. July 1st, 1 p.m. I hear the news. Vincent D, 2-year deal. $4 million total. I'm confused. I'm sad. I'm mad. I don't get it. Save your money. Weaponize the cap. And here I am, a month and a half later, saying, weaponize Vincent D. Somehow, some way, right? Turn this guy into who Adam Foote envisions, into a guy that can still find a way to allow Quinn to do Quinn things all the time. Because that's the thing about Hronek, right? Good first pass, a good pass in the offensive zone too, is able to make those long ones. He's skilled with the puck. If that's the case, Quinn Hughes is going to have the puck a lot. Can Vincent D do that and give Quinn the touches he needs to help this team win? The Vancouver Canucks, your Vancouver Canucks, they win more when Quinn Hughes has the puck on his stick. Ironically enough, I said that a lot during the playoffs when I felt as if, for obvious yet unaware reasons, Quinn Hughes wasn't assassin-like. Our offense kind of stale. That's going to be the case more often than not when, again, Quinn Hughes is not assertive and Quinn Hughes doesn't have the puck. Anyways, lots of rambling. Check out that interview with Vincent Desharnais and the link in the bio, the Jason Gregor Show. It was a really good interview. Really good interview about who? The sixth best defenseman on your Canucks or like the second most important one? What? What's going on? What's going on? Look at this comment from Kurt Richardson. Quinn Hughes is going to win back-to-back Norrises. Okay, he's going to hit 100 points this year. What if he hits 100 points with Vincent Desharnais, man? They're going to have to put this guy in the Hall of Fame ASAP. Didn't I say it on that episode, right? that episode from a couple days ago? After me and Trevor went camping, ate our vegetables, we hop on the mics, and I talked about Quinn Hughes possibly being in line to become what? A top 10 player in NHL history by the time it's 2041. Again, we ate 2.89 grams of some of Michael Bublé's favorite vegetables, okay? Where am I going with this? Out of here, okay? One love to the Don't Our Lab, again, for producing the show. A shout out to Locked On Canucks for giving us that mantra, right? It's your Canucks every day. Tell the people that. Also tell the people that we are home with the West Coast bias, because man, oh man, how are you going to take care of the world, or why are you even taking care of the world if you're not even caring for your neighbors? Last comment goes out to Matt Folger. I want to call him Vincent Desharnais. Yeah, I'm going to start eating mayonnaise again, man. Because I've been making more sandwiches, and that's how you do it. My name is Kyle Bowen, Kyle Bhawan. One love to Trevor Beggs, and have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good night. If you're not watching this on YouTube Live, then we don't know when you're listening to this. But man, oh man, we truly do appreciate it. Peace out.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast